good, beautiful evening, ladies and gentlemen. Terribly sorry about the long hiatus. But, life, among other things, that's it. I did promise in one of my videos, maybe not promise, I didn't swear my mum or something, but I did say that this was to come. And I've actually been holding on to a lot of these. A lot of these builds have been built for so long that I don't even remember to build them anymore. Okay, 4 laps until the seat glitch. It's not bad, not bad. I think they've improved it a little bit. I think the connection issues is what really causing it. They need to upgrade the servers because the servers are not equipped to handle this game at its current state right now. You know, if they're going to be honest with themselves that they're probably never going to fix the seat glitch, they might as well give us a button to reset the seat glitch without getting out of our seat. You know, that would be bloody wonderful. Now, I've noticed that there are so many talented and creative builders out there in the LEGO Fortnite community. So much so that I don't think I'm that needed, you know. But, so I have also noticed in my comments section that, like, because even if one of you want me to, you know, continue to teach you to build LEGO Fortnite cars, then I will return and teach you to build new LEGO Fortnite cars. Right, please stop building the old MEP1 and start building this MEP2. Why? Many reasons why. It's lower and smaller, and most of all, simpler to build. Oh right, I will also be teaching you to build the front engine version. I do prefer the handling of the front. The front engine has more of a, it swings the tail around better. Of course, as usual, I think the lap times are better on this one, but the front engine version is just overall more fun to drive. Look how little resources we need. Just get like 20 metal plate, and the bright core is not important. You don't really headlights and taillights are not necessarily important. You just need one of these illuminator things. I think I will need to... Alright, a good tip for you ladies and gentlemen is always carry a fishing rod. They're really good for flipping cars. I also managed to keep, you know, the grill, the front look and the rear look of the old version. So essentially it is a spiritual successor to the MEP1. We're going to be using the Sugi. This is completely free, so I'm going to be using the pieces that are probably the easiest to unlock, but you will still need a level 10 Frostlands village. Sugi Thin Floor 02. Alright. Basically 8 times 2. 8 long strip piece. Then put that strip behind there, and then now we do 6. Snap the 6 long to the sides. And now we move to the toys. Vehicle parts, vehicle base 01. Look at the side of that 6 piece, and then align it flat floor with it. Go flat floor with it, and get your 6 piece out again. And oh, this is tricky. The reason we needed that vehicle part was that let's do that again just for you, ladies and gentlemen. The reason we had to do that was because we're going to be having a little bit of a forward rake. So for the front pieces, they're going to be half a stud. All right, you see that? We look at the side of that vehicle base. We go half a stud up, and then we're good. And now promptly remove that. Don't need it anymore. It was just a scaffolding. We're using a lot of scaffolding actually. 8 piece in front and put it in the center. Now to get the wheel position, we'll have to mount the vehicle parts and the right fender on the right, left fender on the left. Make sure it's centered. Alright, 6 piece. 6 piece just over there in the very center. Leave 1 stud out front, and then now we go to the 4x4 square piece. Where's the Sugi one? Oh, there we go. 4x4 square piece. Where we want this is snap it to the middle. Go 1, 2, 3. Alright, snap it to the middle, go 1, 2, 3. And now we should be able to, before we place the tires though, let's continue with right fender on the right. Once again, look at the side, okay? It has to be the same, the bottom has to be the same height as that square piece. And we get something like that. And then left fender on the left. Look at the side. Look at the side of that thing, and you get a perfect alignment. And now we can finally mount the medium steerable wheels. Basically, as far forward as you can get it. Okay, it should be just about below that square piece, and then half the wheel would be protruding out of the car by one or half a stud, about 1 stud, I believe. And now just put a 6-piece. Look at the side of that thing and make sure it's the same height, and snap one in there. And now we're going to mount the driver's seat. It gives us a good because it will be harder to mount later. So now this is a little tricky. Okay, that's the very outside, right? We just come in by 1 stud, and then see the green box of the driver's seat. Now it's clear of that roof piece that we just mounted, but we wanted to go inside that piece by 1. See that? Inside that piece by 1, and we can still sit, because this is as far forward as we can mount it while still being able to sit down in it. And now the furniture, I'll go to seating and mount the passenger seat. We can just get a large vehicle. It just looks fancier for some reason, because it's supposed to be like a sports car-like thing. And now we mount the engine. You will have to follow procedure, because if you can't mount the engine after the wheels, so we're going to have to mount the engine before the rear wheels. I believe the grey part is okay. The grey part actually faces forward. Alright, see the tall part. The tall side of the engine faces forward and as close to the seats as possible. All right. And now for the tricky part. Before we get to the tricky part, go to fences. Just grab any one of your 1 stud, but we're going keeping it free over here. So you will need a level 10 Lost Isles village. So I'm going to be grabbing one of these things, 1x1 fence piece. Mount it towards the outside. Okay, we'll have to. This is just scaffolding. We'll have to smash this later. So we're going to make it mount it as far outside as possible so that it's easy to smash. All right there. And now this is the tricky bit. But if you've followed my instructions precisely up to now, you should be able to get that no problem. Just mount that dead center. See that? Anywhere below dead center. What was that? That was vehicle base 01. And now go to controls, get a small thruster, snap one to that side, snap one to the other side, and now go back. We should still have our 8 pieces there. So where we met, a stupid cow for right. You see that? Let's get that position of the first. Basically, it should be about flush with the fence piece that we just mounted, and now get it as far forward as possible. All right, see that? We can't go any further forward, and now go up. Now go up as high up as possible, but we don't mount it there. Okay, once you're as high up and as far forward as possible, you go down by 1. You see that? I went down by 1. And now after you've gone down by 1, place a piece right on top of it, and then move it upward by 1. See that? That should be the perfect mounting spot. Now this is why I told you to mount it as far outside as possible, because you got to precisely aim at that. Almost missed it. I almost missed it and destroyed my wheels. I don't know why the camera moved. Oh crikey, I forgot. I haven't mounted this side panels for this side yet. Alright. Sugi 8. And as far inside as possible, as far forward as possible, as far high up as possible, and then come down by 1. And then for the next piece, look at it from the side. Put a piece right on top of it, and then move it up by 1. Now smash the... There we go. Had to hold my breath there. It's very risky, that one. Alright, now we still have that vehicle base 01. Place one right on top of those 2 yellow studs. Snap a small thruster, but move it towards the right. Now, we should still have this pirate plank out. We're going to be using that to make our fake roof. See that? Just look at the thruster and move to the base of the thruster. Now see, this is the base, that is past the base, okay? Move to the base of the thruster, we'll get the orientation of it, and then you can use your nudge controls to get it on the edge of the other side. And now 6 piece, 6 strip, we're going to be using... No, wait, before that, sorry. Forgot one thing. I can't remember everything really, there's so many things that I have to remember how to build. This is medium powered wheels. Essentially, just look at the side of that piece there and mount it as far forward as you can. It will be about there, you see that? It almost like automatically just goes over there. Basically, as far forward as you can. And now, alright, for this one, you have to cover the wheel entirely, see? Cover the wheel entirely. That is wrong, that is correct, but you see now that is into the wheel. But once we clear green, we're going to go up by 1. Alright, because they changed the clearance. Once we're green, we have to still go up by half a stud. Okay, go up by half. Careful. Oh, there we go, that's half a stud. Now snap it to the other side, make sure it's covering the wheel entirely. And cover that entire thing up. And now, if you built the MEP 1, you will remember this. Right fender goes on the left. Look at the base of that and move it towards... Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, we weren't looking at the base of that thing. Alright. Right fender on the left. And left fender, look at the very base of that fender that we just mounted and nudge it over. Left fender on the right. And before you tuck these away, what is this? Left fender on the right again. Opposite sides. Left fender on the right. As far forward as you can go and leave 1 stud out, okay, just so that it looks good. Leave 1 stud out so that we have a lovely clean cabin look over there. Right fender, same spot. Now 6 strip piece, look at that, look at the side of that fender piece and mount it just about there. If you can't sit anymore, then move that piece like 1 stud towards the back, or don't mount it at all. It's not really important, it's just for looks. But anyway, now that we've gotten here, the drift thrusters are a little challenging on this one, but you have to bear with me. If you follow instructions, no problem. Now, see that? We're upside down right now. We're looking at that upside down fender piece, so we're upside down right now. But where you want this is half a stud above that rear piece. Okay, you see that? Now we're flush with the floor right now, and go up by 1. Go up by 1 and then nudge it outward, and you'll have something like that. And then snap 1 to the other side. Now get your thrusters, small thruster, snap it there and then nudge it to as close to the wheel as possible, and then go down. And you go it will end up somewhere there. All right, snap it there, go inwards, and then as close to the wheel as possible, and we'll get our slide thrusters. Now let's just set the channel up. For me, my left turn channel is channel 3, so, and that one turns as right. I mean, this is pretty simple, right? The one on the right turns as right, and the one on the left turns as left, and that's it. And as for the forward thrusters, look at the side of that rear piece, and then we want 1 on the... Wait, what was the setup? 3 thrusters already achieves max speed, even going uphill, so there's no point in adding more thrusters. You'll just look ridiculous, trust me. Source, trust me, bro. I mean, you can put more thrusters. It won't make a difference. It will do one thing if you put more thrusters than me, okay? What it will do is that it will ruin the performance of the drift thrusters, because the forward thrusters will overpower the two little drift thrusters, because this is just about the perfect balance, alright? See, continue to look there at the side of that thing and then nudge them above the first one that we mounted. And then set them to the channel that you wish to use to bring you forwards, to give you a boost going forward, the boost channel. And now, right, this is just to top everything off. This is more like a rear spoiler, so we put it like there. Why do we have a gap over there? Alright, this is not the good looking version. This is not the good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, terribly sorry. You know, it's so hard to remember these things, honestly, but if you want the good-looking version, if you want to Looksmaxx, as they say, if you wish to Looksmaxx, then for the fences, you will have to use the other fence, which is the Tudor fence corner, and it requires mahogany ×1. Alright, we're going to use this Tudor whatever fence, basically the one with the sharp tip. And then same process, just look at the base of the thruster, make sure you're at the base, because if you go over the base, you'll see that it flips upright. And nudge it to the other side, and we'll have the lovely fake roof. Alright, so this is just Looksmaxxing. The previous one can drive perfectly already, but this is just for you ladies and gentlemen that want it to look good, so there's no like little gap on that side. That one was the left, right? Yes, left. For the rear ones, left on the right, and then right on the left. And now our 6-piece, 6-strip. This is just for looks. We mount it right there, and it gives us a nice closed engine bay look. Look at the side of that thing. And then mount it there, and we'll be able to sit. Let's try the thrusters. Turn right. And I believe we'll go... Oh, right. For lights. We're going to be weight saving. If you're going for maximum weight reduction, ladies, if you have your fancy lights from the other Lego sets, feel free to mount them. No problem. And the old trick, because this has the exact same front grille as the MAP1, so the old trick for mounting the frog eye headlamp still works. It's in my shorts, by the way, how to mount frog eye headlamps. I'm so terribly sorry about the brain rot, but I swear on that this light won't break, alright? Basically, look at the floor of the car and then nudge it where it's behind that. You see that? We nudge it inwards and we have a space behind. Right there. Super protected. Will probably never break. You know, so something might still stab it from here and it will still break, but for most scenarios, it won't break. Alright, as for the rear lights, if you ladies and gentlemen have that bus stop, remember that bus stop light that they were giving away for free? If you missed it, then R.I.P. Bozo. I mean, sorry, didn't mean to say that. If you missed it, then maybe get one of your buddies. Just call up one of your buddies who played Fortnite. I mean, played Lego Fortnite particularly a little earlier than you. If you don't come into my world and mount it on my car for me, then we're done, you know. We're done. We're no longer friends. Basically, just threaten them. Please do not threaten your buddies. Alright, I do not condone such behavior. But essentially what they have to do is look at the base of that. I mean, it can just about anywhere. Mount the lights to that. And then move them inward. See that? Just nudge them maybe the other side first so it's a little easier. And the perfect tail lights we have. Oh, right. Final thing, as always with the cars, change the direction of your right side wheels, and then we're good to go. We're really good to go this time. I really do hope I have not forgotten anything. I probably have, but... Well, surprisingly, I haven't forgotten anything. Look, it still turns under thrust, but it's so light that it has a higher tendency to flip than the MEP1. So, driving tips for you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want your maximum potential from your MEP2, I do suggest that you learn how to countersteer. Countersteer is simply put, alright, when I use the right turn thrusters, I turn my wheels to the left, so we have a little bit less of right turn effect. You see that? Drifting, essentially we're drifting, alright? You do want to countersteer a little bit when you're turning, so that the car doesn't flip. Like, it's already quite hard to flip this thing, because I've made it as low. Essentially, the reason, that's a practical, it's not just for looks. There's a practical reason for me making it this low to the ground, is that so that it almost never flips, alright? Like, look, it can turn so starkly. You can even turn on boost, as usual. I mean, we were able to do this in the MEP1, but it performs even better when you're turning on boost with this one, because it's so low to the ground. I think the handling is so good that we're breaking the game. Essentially, it's ripping our face apart. Oh, we could... Drat, that was a very sharp turn on boost. If you're not on boost, it almost never flips, right? You see, just very sharp turns over there. And you see, with your wheels, you can adjust the angle of your drift, so that we almost get like... And then you have to use your throttle as well. It's essentially like drifting a real car. You have to control the angle with your throttle and with your front wheel steering. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed the builds.